welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my husband Ben.
Hi everybody.
And we're going to be doing a Q&A for you guys. I asked you guys on Instagram what are some questions you may have for us, whether it's deployment related, about living overseas, Elodie, our relationship, anything. And you guys sent me some questions, so we're going to answer those today. Are you ready?
Yep.
Alright, so the first question that I got was, how did we meet? Do you want to answer that question, Ben?
Sure, I'll answer it. So
Okay.
we met at Ace Hardware. She was looking for paint in the paint aisle for her bathroom.
Yeah.
Is that right? For her bathroom, and I was trying to get stuff to fix my dad's ride-on lawnmower. I went up to her because she had cowboy boots on, and I said hi, introduced myself, and then we went around looking at things, talking. Probably freaked her out a little bit because I was super excited because it's a hardware store. So for me, it's like being in a candy shop. But then she ghosted me for the next 2 weeks. Didn't want to talk to me. Finally, I convinced her to go out on a date, and it went from there.
Yep. So we went on a date, and the rest is history, pretty much.
History. Good history.
Yeah, good history. Alright, so the next question I got was, I don't know which one to do next. Should we say how often are we able to talk while deployed?
Sure, that's fine with me.
Alright, so currently we've been able to talk every day since Ben has left. Some days we only get to talk for a couple minutes. It honestly depends on his work schedule and what he's doing there. But it has been every day, which has been really helpful, I think, even for Elodie, hearing your voice every day and seeing you and interacting with you.
Yeah, true.
So the next question I got was, why am I still in England while Ben is deployed? Because I'm assuming most people think that I would go back home to the States, or like the military would send me back home to the States, I'm assuming. And I can totally see where y'all are coming from, because you would think I would just be over in England because of Ben, which is true, but because on his orders, Elodie and I are included in those, we are still stationed over here even when he gets deployed, which means if I were to go back home, the longest I could go home for would be 30 days, and then after that we would unfortunately not get our living money, so like our housing allowance and the money that we get for being overseas. So obviously that would be a huge financial burden if I were to leave and go to the States. Not to mention we would have to figure out our house and our dog Stella, because she's very expensive to fly over here. So we wouldn't want to fly her back to fly her over again once you came home, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be pretty expensive.
Yes.
So that's why we're still over here. We obviously can go home and visit, like I said, as long as it's not more than 30 days. We could go home to visit Elodie and I, but I have opted just to stay here because I think it will be easier for us just to stay in a routine, and plus if we did go to home to the States, the time difference with talking to Ben would be a lot more difficult, and there would just be a lot more factors going into it, so we decided to stay here for the duration of his deployment. Next question is, how long will Ben be in the service for, and are there any future deployments, or will this be his only deployment? You want to answer that?
So the goal is 20 years. That way I can make retirement. Whether or not it happens is a different story, but that's the goal. And for future deployments, I mean, honestly, it's wherever, whenever they need me. So chances are if I'm going to be in for 20 years, there's going to be a lot more.
Yeah, chances are this is just the first deployment of a few.
Yeah.
But hopefully not too many. We do like you being home, right?
Sometimes, I guess.
Okay, this one's a fun one. What was our reactions when we found out about Elodie? So I'll tell my side first. I actually had a feeling, I told Ben a couple nights before, I was like, wait, I haven't gotten my period. And he was like, could you be pregnant? And I was like, no, I don't think so. So we went on about our business for the next couple days. I went to the commissary, which is the grocery store on base, and I decided to just pick up a super cheap pregnancy test, so like 99-cent test, just for the fun of it. And I came back home. That night Ben was working night shift, so he was gone all night, and by the time I got home it was probably around 7 o'clock. So I dropped the groceries off, And I ran upstairs and I took the test, and I honestly did not think it was going to be positive whatsoever. So I just started surfing my phone while I waited for the timer to go off. The timer went off and I glanced up and I was shocked. I couldn't believe that there was 2 lines on the pregnancy test, and they were 2 very bold lines. So it wasn't even like, maybe not kind of thing. It was definite, like, I'm pregnant. And then I proceeded to take 4 others. A digital one, more expensive one. Yeah. And so they all came back super pregnant. And I just stood in my bathroom, like, holding my stomach, looking around, crying a little bit, super excited. But the hardest part was that I didn't want to tell Ben over text message, and he was going to be at work until 6 a.m. the next morning. And if anyone knows me, they know that I'm a night owl. So I had to just stay up pretty much the whole night because I was so excited to tell Ben, and wait for you to get home. And Ben actually messaged me and said, or I think I actually texted you and I said, hey, I got my period, like, no big deal, everything's fine, like, we're not pregnant. And so he thought coming home that I had got my period and, everything was fine. So then when you got home, you want to tell your side of the story?
Yeah, so normally by the time I got home, she would be knocked out of sleep.
Because it's 6 a.m.
Yeah, so she'd be asleep by then. I'd go do my routine of going to bed, and then I'd just go to bed. Well, I walked up the stairs, and she's sitting straight up on the bed, so I immediately know something's different. Then I'm taking my time like a normal morning, and she's getting mad at me for taking my time. Like, she's trying to rush me through everything. So there's another red flag, and I kind of put 2 and 2 together. Finally, when I got in bed, she just looked at me, and I think, did she just place them in front of me?
Yeah, because I had put them on the side of the bed, and at that time we were actually sleeping on an air mattress because we had just moved to England, and we had to wait 2-ish months for our household goods to arrive. So we slept on an air mattress for like 2 months. So my whole first trimester pretty much was spent on an air mattress, which was quite fun. But I just put them on the side of the air mattress, and I was waiting for you to come over.
Yeah.
So I picked them up, I laid them on my hand, and I just kind of looked at him like this. And
so I kind of expected it, but at the same time, I'm still shocked. So I just kind of sat there for a little bit, just kind of like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I can remember, you didn't have like huge emotion because I think you were so shocked.
I was shocked and probably exhausted.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So.
Because I felt like it wasn't until like the next day that we could really let it sink in and be like, oh my gosh, we're pregnant, like we're expecting a baby.
Yeah, it really wasn't until like the next day.
Yeah.
Where it sunk in.
The next time you were off, and then we like talked about it a bunch and super excited. So yeah. Looking back, I kind of wish I had like planned a more extravagant thing, but I was honestly way too excited to keep it under wraps for any longer than the 12 hours I already had to wait at night. So I just figured that would be the best way to tell them. Okay, so this question I've been getting asked a lot by friends, by family members, by people on social media, and it is, how long is Ben deployed for? Obviously, that's like the number one question everyone wants to know, and I completely understand why. I would want to know that also, but unfortunately, we can't say. For his safety, it is a while. It's longer than a couple weeks, obviously, but we honestly just can't say how long it is. So I wanted to clear that up and touch on that subject a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to answer one more question before we end this Q&A for today. The last question is, how do you feel like you are keeping your husband involved in all of the special moments in the beginning of your child's life? Because obviously Elodie is only 4 months old, and Ben left when she was around 3 months old, so she is like very young. I think Ben's going to actually answer this though from his perspective.
Yeah, so being able to FaceTime, that keeps me involved in just everything on an everyday basis. The fact that we do these vlogs, as much as it is for everyone else to see what's going on, one of the reasons that we do it is so that I can still be involved in everything going on. So I was able to see Elodie go to the pumpkin patch with Shauna, which was really nice. I'm able to see, just everyday milestones in a vlog from her. see her just being Elodie again in something other than just FaceTime. Also, I think you post on Instagram a lot too, and just seeing pictures of her kind of keeps me involved. But because there's internet where I'm at, it really helps out being able to stay involved.
Yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing is using FaceTime to our advantage. And I honestly always have my camera or my phone like attached to my hip. So anytime I think Elodie is going to roll over or laugh or smile or just do anything new or cute or exciting, I have the video camera right there so I can record it for Ben. And we also try to do, like, I also try to wait around to do certain things until Ben has time to FaceTime us. So for example, I set up Elodie's high chair the other day for her, and that's a super simple task, but it means a lot to Ben, I think, to be able to see those little tasks in everyday life. So I waited till he could FaceTime us, and he helped me set it up, which you actually were helpful because there was like a part that I was like, how do I put this together? So I think just keeping him involved and even the small stuff like that really helps.
Yeah.
And also, Elodie does really know your voice and your face, even through FaceTime.
Yeah, it's surprising how she does.
Yeah, she really does. And one other thing I'm going to say is we did have Ben record a bunch of books that he was reading, like he read a bunch of books to Elodie, and we recorded the video. So anytime that I'm getting ready or I need Elodie to be a little distracted so I could get something done, I put that on the laptop and she watches Ben read her books, which again, that I feel like just helps her with hearing his voice, seeing his face, and all of that. Alright, so that is going to be it for our Q&A today. Thank you so much for your questions that you asked. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. I would absolutely love to have you a part of this journey with us, and stay tuned for more vlogs and more stuff coming up, especially with the holidays right around the corner. Comment down below if you have any questions or if you're new to my channel so we can connect. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later, guys. Bye!
Bye.
I lose my breath whenever I see you.